So I've got dates when I want each set completed. I've got dates when I want the whole thing completed, which is the 16th of September. That's when it'll come out. Won't come out. That's when it'll be completed. And it's to film festivals, animation festivals. This guy knew. I'm currently over 1 month on my planned schedule. That's fine, because I kind of plucked the date, the 16th of September, out of my ass. Okay. I've never done anything even close to this level before, so how was I supposed to know how long it would take? I couldn't. It would be impossible. It would also be stupid for me to think I could know how long it took. Especially since, you know, Nick Park, who made Wallace and Gromit. It took him about 7.5 years to make 20 minutes. And I was hoping to make mine in about 9 months. That's ridiculous, because 1, I'm not as talented as Nick Park, and 2, I'm not as talented as Nick Park. However, production could have gone a lot quicker, especially look back at the early months. I started making Smoking Bowels in about November, about 11 months ago. I found a piece of concept art for the Corpse mini episode precisely, dated on January. So I've been working on this for about 10 months. Wait, is that right? 10? No. When I look at the first 6 months of this production, I probably averaged working on about 1 hour a day. And that wasn't because I had another job or any other obligations. It's because of a nice little thing I like to call depression. Now, this is the whole reason I am doing this. I'm not cashing in my degree to get a nice, comfy 9-to-5 job and be a normal, functioning person of society. It's because I find life incredibly fucking hard. Including today, I slept for 13 hours. It is currently 2:30 and I'm still in my pajamas because I only woke up about 10 minutes ago. The first 6 months were kind of like, I would spend the whole day in my dressing gown. I'd probably work on this for like an hour over the span of 6. I'd be scrolling on Instagram to distract my mind. I would be procrastinating just in any way possible because this is hard work and my weak mind could not do hard work. And I say it kind of like it's past tense. I'm getting so much better. You know, as you can see, I've got all this thing I'm doing here, huh? This is pretty cool. I put up a 10. Could a depressed person do this? To be honest, this problem is not solved, like even slightly. I actually can't really get out of sleep. I find it very hard to wake up every single day. I don't want to live like this. I wish I was here, you know, 7 in the morning, 8, okay, maybe that's a bit ambitious. 8 in the morning, bang it out for the day, get home for dinner time. But no, if I'm here by 3 in the afternoon, take that 3 in the afternoon, most people are finishing their day's work sometime around then, is when I get in and I start. And that is why production's been taking so long. It's all me. This is all fine. I mean, look at it, it looks pretty cool, pretty efficient. It's myself. I am the biggest threat to Smoking Bowels. Or at least my habits are. So, problem is, I just have to get on and animate. I could, and I have, many times, become self-destructive over the fact that I can't get out of bed on time, and I sleep through the day. But instead, I need to nip it in the bud, and I just need to animate. I try to go for 1 shot a day. So I try to animate 1 shot a day. That's not like a whole scene, that's like each time the camera changes. And sometimes that could take an hour. Pretty easy day's work, or sometimes it could take, to be honest, like 4 days, because it's a really big thing. There's a concept called retard maxing, where you just kind of don't think and you just go. You don't think about the past, just do what you gotta do. And that's what I gotta do right now. I just gotta animate this. Let's animate this shot where Johnny puts a letter into an envelope. This is gonna be the last shot of Johnny. Look at his arms. This is supposed to be a suit. They need redoing. He's looking a bit worse for wear. He needs to look prettier than this. Let's do it more. Beautiful. I made this little envelope for this exact shot about 7 months ago when I wrote the script. It was one of the first props I made, and I've since moved and I don't know where the heck it is. Let me go and find it.
I found it. What's special about this envelope is that it's made from tin foil. Then I wrapped it with, what paper is this? Baking paper. So it has that kind of old vintage brown effect. But the tin foil allows it to easily bend like this. So it can animate the flow of the flap and it closing, bend. It can, pretty good envelope. This light, lighting up this light to light up Johnny's face, is about to run out of power. And I left the charger back on my flat. We're gonna have to go there. But this shot's looking pretty cool. As you can see, this light was wired up with an LED, but it was really dim, so it didn't work out. And with a shot like this, where the light is just at the side of the shot, you can use a external light to light it really close and just from behind to make it look like that light is actually the one shining the light. With that, I have another lamp here to kind of suggest maybe a light on the side, and this overall big boy. How we looking, fella? This is England. This is just a run through. You always want to do a run through before you do the finished animation. So any issues with the props or the puppet or how it's gonna move, you'll find doing this. It does add a lot extra hours to the work, but we're here for years anyway. No harm extending it a little. It took me several days to do this, I'm not gonna lie. Animation is something I find really hard to do. As you probably know, and can imagine, it takes so much patience. It's not an enjoyable activity. Well, I say it's not an enjoyable activity. It's not a page turner, shall we say. Unless they are actually animating, flipping a page over in a book. It's hard to do. Motivation in itself is something I struggle with quite a lot. A lot of people say, well, you don't need motivation. And maybe motivation's the wrong word. It's discipline, right? You're just doing it when you know you should. When you know it doesn't matter your emotions, you should go and do it anyway. That's how things get done, right? I mean, do we ever feel like going to our jobs? No, but we do. Then you get a paycheck. This thing in itself is a reward, which you have to remember. But anyway, it's done now. And it looks great. Look at this. Look how cute this little envelope is. I love the little stamp. Huh?